Good evening. I don't know why it's quite so low. That just sort of happened. It didn't intend to be this sort of gravelly, but apparently I've exclusively been eating gravel. Don't question it. It's fine. Alright, good evening. A little bit more the correct voice, I suppose, now. We are Dragon Quest Building 2. Are you Dragon Quest Building? I'm Dragon Quest Building 2. That's exactly what we want. And lo and behold, have you actually started immediately without a problem? Because that's kind of impressive, Dragon Quest Builder 2. That's kind of impressive. Usually you kick up a fuss. I mean, granted, the entire computer's kicking up a bit of a fuss, but that's because I think one of the fans is on the way out and I still haven't decided what I'm going to do about that fact. I keep just poking it, which is surprisingly not a solution. Oh, I think that fan's going. Poke. Yeah, I think that fan's definitely going. Poke. Well, guess I should do something about this fan dying. Poke. It's just one of those ones where I don't know. I think you can potentially replace the fan, but I don't know how you'd do it. Which strikes me as it will be very awkward because there's a whole sort of... There's a sort of slightly metallic open... is it metallic? It's probably still plastic. Clipped my other headphone. I clipped the speakers, so it popped a little bit there. But yeah, there's like a container to take it off. Then you have to take off a plastic container in the centre. It's just like, oh fuck me, I've no idea how I'm getting through that. We've seen that one. That's quite nice. That's quite nice. I don't know if I'd say cute. I realise these may end up being synonyms, but I'd say more quaint. I feel like cute has sort of like fluffy loveliness about it, whereas quaint has that sort of natural feel to it. There's distinct possibility that someone will come in and just go, quaint is just a synonym of cute. You know that, don't you? Clearly not. And if I did, it would very much not be something I was aware of. I should probably build a specific cow sort of park. Now we've seen Day at the Park before, I think, but I'm devilishly curious now as to what that little bit at the back is, because there appears to be some kind of motif that looks like it might be little pixel figures right at the back, which is quite interesting. I see. Well, that tells me how long you've been here, Chester.
Hello there.
General Chester Phoenix. Well, oh, good Christ. That genuinely surprised the eye with pink. That is what is classified as a pink overload. Because even like the sky appears to be pink, which is alarming. I'm assuming they've put like a pink filter over the pink bunny, over the pink building, so that's just like pink on pink on pink on pink. And that's too many pinks. I'm quite impressed by the build. Don't get me wrong, I'm impressed by the build. It's just a bit too pink for me. And I think there's a McDonald's down the end there as well. The Bunny Bookstore, just next to the McDonald's. Anyway, I'll do a 5 count of photos. Easter Island we've seen before. Full Easter basket, that's nice. It's spring. It's springtime. Easter basket, we've seen that one as well. Easter egg, a little bit lopsided, but nonetheless fundamentally quite impressive. Little Jesus. Little Jesus.
Hi, I'm Little Jesus. I can't turn the sort of wine and bread into a sort of, a thingy, but I can make a little bit of, I can make the wine, I can make that water turn into sort of like a fizzy wine, and I can turn those fishes into like a sort of, those 2 fishes I can feed like 5 people.
Little Jesus is almost certainly a rapper's name. Potentially. I suppose it could be actual Jesus' rapper name. Hey, yo! Jesus is my brother. I'm Little Jesus, rapper. mean, technically the cows are actually quite happy in their little pasture. Apart from the one that can't get in. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. I mean, I suppose there is an argument to be had that they're, you know... Do you want to come in? Or maybe he just wanted to stand there. Oh no, he's coming. He's coming. It's a little bit like a cat there, isn't it? You open the door, it don't want to come in. You close the door, it wants to come in. You open the door, it don't want to come in. There we go. Excellent. Move. Welcome, Onibushu, and welcome, Chester Phoenix. Welcome, both of you. How are you? And how are you doing? We are doing surprisingly well. I must admit, I tell you what, we'll show you. Because, I mean, I think, Oni, you're well behind. So a lot of this build will be new to you. Chester, I don't think quite so much. But we did a bonus builders session. And I don't... Truth be told, my mind is a fucking horrendous pit of forgetfulness and pointlessness. But I don't think, Chester, you were present on the Saturday for bonus builders, which I'd like to clarify. Not a complaint, just a statement of fact. Whether or not you've seen it or not is the key thing. And I realise if I hadn't brought about the idea that I'm not saying it's a complaint, you might not have thought it was a complaint. So I've now made it awkward because now you think I think that it was a complaint because I actually had to highlight the fact that it wasn't a complaint. So you think it is a complaint, and I think it might be a complaint now. Moving on. Bits you may have missed. The animal houses. I have popped the 2 cats here in the animal house. I believe this is Skinfold. God, I think it might be Skinfold and Penfold. Oh no, this is Whiskers. So we're hoping that Whiskers and Skinfolds will have lovely babies. I will need to probably put more food in the bowls at some point. Trinity, I believe Trinity was a dog, and Ash was another dog. So Trinity and Ash in there as dogs. And then here we've also got Trumpet, which is, I named it for Mr. Butternut's. I named it for Mr. Butternut, but Mr. Butternut wasn't there, so that would be the first time he knows that I've named a dog after the dog he named in Sea of Thieves. And Penfold. So we've got Penfold and Trumpet trying to make babies. Trinity and Ash trying to make babies. Skinfolds and Whiskers trying to make babies. And then we've got a spare animal house, just for any other animals to use the animal beds, essentially. Penfold, indeed. Penfold. Unfortunately, there are no mice, which means this is basically just Penfold's retirement home. So at some point, we'll have to deal with that. Now, do you know what I think I will do? Where's DM? There we go. I've addressed that. There are no mice. Well, I suppose actually, no, there are big fat mice, aren't there? I don't know if I can get a big fat mice on side. Or a big fat mouse on side, I suppose, technically. So, maybe at some point, if I do find a way to get a big fat mouse on my side, I will bring in a big fat mice. Words. Big fat mouse to deal with that. I still don't know if they're actually growing now, or whether I'm going to have to replant them whilst they're in the water. I think. Oh no. Oh no, there's... Well, I suppose there's the tester. If everything but those 2 grow out, then you know it made no difference. If everything else doesn't grow but those 2 do, it made a difference. Right, we've also got a lot of cows, and the way we can milk the cow... Oh, she's all milked out for today, so we're going to have to wait until for tomorrow. Until for tomorrow, yeah. But yeah, we can now milk cows with our everlasting pot. I don't think I can milk a chicken, though. No, I can stroke a chicken, I can't milk a chicken. Also, I have made a little bridge here. So I've basically just improved this area quite nicely. Oh, the other building, of course. In here, we've got ourselves a little kitchen downstairs because they refuse to use the big kitchen upstairs because they are fucking morons. Anyway, I know that you think that I think that you think it was an insult, but I know that you know that I won't mind. Beautiful. And now I'm busy with my shiny new decks. Plunder! Oh, nice. Has been upgraded to Adventure Plunder. Interesting. Prank Kids has been upgraded to Adventure Prank. Interesting. Because like, I can understand the idea of Adventure Plunder, because that could be like the pirate ships moving out for adventure. But the idea of Prank Kids going to just, yeah, we'll call it Adventure Prank. That just feels a lack of imagination, but not a huge problem, I suppose. Certainly kicked my Grand Majou deck between the legs. Harsh. Now I have the Danger Mouse theme in my head. I mean, it could be worse. Also, I did put a staircase here in the end. I kept saying, I'll put a staircase here. I definitely put a staircase here. I finally put a staircase there. Right. So, what I want to do is I want to head to the Scarlet Sands. But can you milk an almond? I don't know. And the Burbs. It's a fairly simple deck to learn and pretty strong, though it definitely lacks consistency. Oh, that's my slime. Oh dear. Hang on. I've heard 2 Bladingers. No, not important Bladingers. So that's fine. Right. What did we want to do? I wanted to check the register for Digby and Dougie, for they are on the register. Okay, so you want Flamboyance, level 3 size, which I think is... Yeah, I think we can do level 3 size. I may have to sort of... It's one of those ones where I may have to build it in, build it out, build it all over the place to try and accommodate it. First, oh god, we've got... I'm assuming... Yeah, I think I know what's happening. For anybody interested, I think AMG are currently streaming. Now, the name AMG may very well mean nothing to you. However, then again, you may have heard Mr. Caliber reference AMG in the past, and possibly using the words "ruined my favourite game" and other foul language post that. But I think that's why the X-Wing chat that I'm a part of has kicked off, owing to the fact that AMG are perhaps announcing something or other. Now I don't recommend you go to the AMG stream, mostly because you'd be away from here, and well, we can't have that, can we? But nonetheless, that is probably why it's bladinging. It's the bladinger of Facebook, and I think that's why, because AMG are announcing bits and pieces. And I must admit, I've not kept up with X-Wing, truth be told. I very much moved over to the old MCP, and I really must get back to painting MCP. But at the moment, I'm distinctly distracted. Just sort of, I'm mostly just 3D printing at this point. But still, I mean, you'd have to be more specific if you just left it at Malice saying they ruined my favourite game. Yeah, that's fair. There is quite a few of those, I suppose. Wait, no, I've forgotten how to bloody well use it. I can't help it. I am so bad at the buggy. I don't know why. I honestly don't know why. Because seriously, it's nowhere near as difficult as I make it seem. The controls are absolutely simple as you like, and yet somehow, my brain. Okay, this bit's not my fault. There we go. That last time, the button was just not working. So that was not my fault. But still, oops, that's not the right button. I want the hammer. I want the hammer. I want the hammer. I'm just trying to figure out where best I feel like housing should go. Because I think, is there an entrance to the... No, there is not an entrance. Okay. So that could be pleasant enough. But then, if I'm going to do it to the side of the pyramid, I do wonder if the other side would be the more optimal decision, because it's slightly closer. But, then again, we do have... Did I do that smart and intelligent? No, not really. Which I suppose shouldn't surprise me all that much, but then again... okay, it's not so far off that it's horrible, but it's also not great. But there you go. Adventure is a 7 or 8 card package that can easily fit into... Oh, I see. I understand slightly more now. Not a huge fan of how common it is, but Plunder needs the help. It can protect cards with something equipped to it, and Plunder always equips their pirates, the pirates even, to their ships. That synergies very well. Nice. I must go back I ought to go back to having a go at Yu-Gi-Oh! I just got sort of out of the habit, and then for the most part now, any time I get some spare time with a video game, it's usually I end up on. Well, I suppose at the moment, I'm curious. What at the moment? What are other people's sort of main video games they're doing? Because there'll be a delay to the answers, and I'll go through mine first, so as to avoid the delay. Although having said that, that explanation will avoid the delay. But anyway, yeah. What sort of games are people playing at the moment? Mine at the moment, I'm playing mostly Kingdoms of Amalur. That's the old game where the fish forever takes the bait away from you, because you go around going Malur, because the fish has taken it away. It's fun. It's jokes, jokey jokes for me, for you, the jokiest of jokes for everyone to see. Scaled wall block is flamboyant, but I don't have any paper. I might be able to just sort of... might be able to do that. I might be able to get paper, I don't know. Probably other easier things. Fight you any time with flu! Or blunder and explain the new cards. Thank you for the offer. On stream or otherwise, just picking away. I'm splitting my time between the new decks and Rogue Legacy 2. I must do Rogue Legacy 2. Must go back and do Rogue Legacy 1, in fairness. But I suppose, one of my primaries is Kingdoms of Amalur. My other primary at the moment, I've been doing Neo The World Ends With You on PC. And then I've also been doing Sea of Thieves mostly. And then outside of that, I've been sort of printing 3D models, which is nice. Okay, so the castle, the big castle, the big evil castle is flamboyant. Fortress walls are flamboyant. Okay, that's good to know. So I think I might actually have some of that castle floor. Citadel floor. I mean, it is flamboyant, but it's a bit ugly. So hopefully we can find a slightly better flamboyant floor, perhaps. Oh, spaceship is flamboyant. I don't know if spaceship's going to go, truth be told. But let's carry on. Oh, hello. Someone's here. Unfortunately, the chat. I'm hoping that's just a slight issue now, because the chat's not scrolling. There we go. And it was a birthday cake, so of course we always know. We always know who the birthday cake is, or at least I always know who the birthday cake is. +5 will eventually kill the prime version of boss 5, and then +6 for Jubal, and +7 for the prime version of the endgame bits. Good lord. I mean, it's very impressive that you have the dedication for that. I am so badly sort of story and done. I try the idea of not being story and done sometimes. Oh, in fairness, actually, Dragon Quest Builders 2.
Hello there.
General Bush. Consider the Poe group. Never. Or, as we've discussed in the past, it's going to end up being like £1,000 just to spite you. So I think really, yeah, I think the main flamboyance is either making it a scaled wall block, which I'd have to figure out paper for, or it's going to be Citadel versus Spaceship. So I'm slightly tempted to do Spaceship. But I had to step away for a moment to do something very important that I kept forgetting to do. It's always worthwhile doing it as soon as you remember. I know a lot of the time I sort of am wandering around going, there was something I thought I suggested I was supposed to be doing. What was that? I don't know. Balls. So, I mean, in the spaceship we could use corners, but truth be told, I'm not... Oh, we can actually dye the spaceship. But I've nowhere near got enough dye for that sort of... for a full construct, I don't think. I'll tell you, let's grab Let's grab 100 blocks. I kept forgetting to watch the new Bayonetta 3 trailer. Well, it is in the Discord. Because I commented on it earlier. Because she's now got new purple guns. And I tell you the other thing that amused me, and you might understand where I'm coming from. I don't think this is true, I'd like to point out, but it almost looks like they've gone for an official crossover with Devil May Cry, because bloody Phantom looked like he turned up. I'm relatively certain the answer is no. No, Phantom did not turn up. But it did really sort of like... I was watching him and it was like, what? It's bloody Phantom. And no, it's not. It's not actually Phantom. But it does appear to be basically a big lava snake, a lava sort of tarantula thing. And I was like, are they officially crossing over? But in fairness, they've also got the new. I think the new character's called Viola. I might be wrong, but I think she's called Viola, and she looks almost like a carbon copy of your boy Virgil. Well, I say that it's not nowhere near a carbon copy, of course, but you know, the colour blue and a big long sword is enough for me to go. It's quite Virgil. But there you go. Let's get 10 ramps is going to be more than enough. Literally the exact same animation of her tapping his carapace and taunting him. Are they flamboyant? Yeah, tainted glass windows are flamboyant. Already have 52 of those, so that's nice. Citadel capping. I suppose that's for the columns. Oh, plus actually I don't want that because I'm using spaceship after all. I changed my mind and I'm using spaceship. Right, I want to go... how just that bit from DMC1 it is. Well, I suppose the thing is they are sort of devilishly similar games, so it's not that surprising. But more Nero than Virgil, you think? Well, I could live with that comparison. Okay, so I mean, it's probably going to have to be red or purple because they are the only ones I have in grand supply. So I tell you what, in honor of Bayonetta, I'm going to do 100 purple blocks for this, and then we need 100. Yeah, basically I just want to do all of the blocks I've got here and get on all of these as purple. Purple and yellow is not a bad combo, so I think we'll be alright there. That is okay. Oh yes. It's too hot-headed to be Virgil? Ah, fair enough. I suppose maybe I was a little bit distracted by the blue, but then again, I suppose Nero does use blue as well as his colours, doesn't he? Mostly I think the bits we probably won't discuss because there'd be spoilers, but we know why he wields blue, or wears blue rather. Right, back to the sands, and now finally you may be thinking, my god, at long last he's actually building something. Yes, I am actually going to try and build something. Right, so I'm thinking, yeah, I mean 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Oh, that's a bit of a, well, maybe I could use that as a natural, or just make sure I do 4 there, I think, maybe. But maybe use that. Oh yeah, if I use that as a corner, that'd be nice. I mean, is it a spoiler when it was kind of confirmed in DMC4, which came out over a decade ago? True. The time frame does suggest anybody who was interested in playing the game probably would have played the game, but I suppose I'm wary, just in case. Right, I think what we're just going to have to do is mark this out, hope for the best, and well, that's the wrong one. It is a very good story. Just that, I mean, I you know, as much as they are action games at their core, I do find their sort of storylines to be very good. Oops, that's not quite what I wanted to do. I don't really want that scorpion in my face either, so if you could sort of. Also, kind of wanted to use this ramp, didn't I? How does this ramp... Okay, that's just one block. Okay, that's fine. I can manage that, but that does mean... Yeah, I either need a single entranceway or a triple entranceway, the way I've built this at the moment. Or move that block one more that way, which I don't want to do. So I suppose what we could do... Oh, unless that... No, that's not even, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I could either move... I feel like this makes a natural walkway, so if I'm moving anything, it's going to be moving this side. Plus, I did want it sort of one step higher, which means all of what I've just put in is going to need to be changed. But I've got a slight plan for that. Hopefully, I can use some of these bits and pieces. And that line is the only time Ruben Langdon even. Hang on, I need to. Too busy building. I know it's rare, but sometimes it happens. And that line is the only time Ruben Langdon has actually had to act it for serious. That's true. But I must admit, he's the perfect voice for the role. And I'm not suggesting you were suggesting otherwise. But it's one of those ones where, as much as he may not sort of act seriously that often as Dante, he is just the perfect version of that character. He you know, absolute nailed it. But I suppose arguably they built the role almost for him, didn't he? Because he looks practically like Dante as it is. Right, so we need to figure out our floor. And don't say your floor is your inability to do these things, because I don't need that. I suppose fortress wall. Fortress wall could definitely work. Citadel floor's a bit bland. Weirdly, I don't think there is like a spaceship floor. So I'm thinking maybe... Oh, that's fortress wall. Interesting. Oh, let's have a look. Was there a... Oh, there's a padded floor. Yeah, no, that is a fortress wall. Huh. Don't know. And I gave him one line where he has to be serious, and he does pretty good. My law is that I'm too vague. Can you elaborate on that? Yeah, my flaw. My flaw is that I'm too vague. Can you elaborate on it? Yep. I gotcha. Always gotcha. Right, so one of the first things we want to do is get the right tool. We want to use swap mode and basically just ba-doomp. And you know what? As much as it is meant to be a wall, I think it will suffice as a floor. It's a nice enough colour, and I think it will rock nicely off of the thing. Sure looked like a cameo game trailer. It was. I mean, I was very into it. I do rather look forward to it. Although I'd be interested to see. I think it's just on the Switch at the moment, so I'd be interested to see if it does go on to like PC or something. But I mean, I've got a Switch, so it don't bother me that much. Because I must admit, there are some very nice little Switch exclusives out there. I know I really rather enjoyed Astral Chain, I think it was. Really liked that one. Very difficult, and I think I ended up on easy mode, but nonetheless very enjoyable all the same. Right, so what we want to do now is not what I just did. What we need to do is that. And then, I mean, basically at this point all I can do is build this out and hope it's big enough. And if it's not big enough, I'll have to build an extra patch on the back and try and get that sorted out. So I will possibly try and explain what it is I'm doing, if people are interested. I don't know. At the moment, basically what I'm basically what I'm doing there is fucking it up. Oops, no, no, that's all of it fucked up there. All of it fucked up. That's fine. And the only reason it's up high is so that I have an excuse to use those, use that ramp there, essentially. Although I do wonder, do I want to... No, I think ramp straight through door is fine, isn't it? Ramp straight through door. It's not a problem, is it? Right, now we want to pop... Whoop, no, don't enclose that. Might be easier to do it this way. Bam, 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 bam. And then bam, 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 bam. Because you can care less if you wander through. But still. You can also get 1k free gems for logging in and claiming the bonus thing. Oh, 40 million downloads. Good lord. That is quite something. I mean, in fairness, though, that Master Duel is probably the best. I mean, I suppose it's because it's actual Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, a lot of the others have been not really Yu-Gi-Oh! They've been sort of like, okay, we've got pseudo Yu-Gi-Oh! But we're not doing actual Yu-Gi-Oh! Here. Which is always slightly disappointing. Right. I mean, I suppose a glass door might work, but we'll go and have a look if I can find a flamboyant door. And see what we can find. In our flamboyant doors situation. I mean, there's every possibility there is no such thing as a flamboyant door, in which case we'll be shit out of luck when it comes to flamboyant doors, but for now... Was there spaceship windows? Oh, I see, there was a viewing dome. That's classified as a fixture. I don't know whether that's going to be a 1 block or a 4 block. I've got a feeling they're 4 blocks. But, yeah, we'll grab one anyway. And see, they're like fixture. So the vents should be sort of simple window type fare. I'll grab some plain LED light, not LED lights. Keep calling them LED lights. They're LED lights. That's where the confusion comes in from. The fact that they are called LED lights. My brain, my poor little brain just goes, yeah, LED lights. No. Rustic door. I don't think we want a rustic door on a spaceship, do we? But there isn't an actual spaceship door, I don't think. Which makes life a little bit awkward. Sliding glass door. I mean, simple doors. If I dye the 2 simple doors purple, that could work. Sliding glass might be a little bit fancier. And in fact, I feel like the glass door might be the even fancier option. Hopefully. Do I have these glass doors on me? Let's try and find these glass... Yes, they're right on... That's quite something. Having it selected on there the moment I open it up. It's fantastic. I expect you to have a load of systems that it never explains to you. Several sections where you switch gameplay types with varying levels of success. And at some point you'll be forced to play Space Harrier. Yeah, I'm pretty much on with you there. I fully suspect that as well. Purple door... Yeah... Although a lot of it was yellow. No, I think purple door. We'll stick with purple door. It's the purpliest of the doors. Theoretically, that purple door probably dropped in at the back there. Excellent. So we'll take that purple door. Now we want to get back to life, back to reality. Excellent. It'll be the best action game of the year. I suspect... Yeah, I'm leaning towards you're probably correct in that assessment. I can't think of another action game that I played that would be close to managing that one. Ah, that is an enormous room. That might be too big a room. We may actually have to bring the room in. Because now I'm going to have to check. I'm going to have to double check. I think they wanted a 3. I think they were after a level 3, which that is now a level 4. Which is slightly problematic. Yes, they want a level 3. So we're actually going to have to take this in quite severely. But I suppose what we can do is just... Tell you what, we'll run a line here. We'll worry about demolishing stuff afterwards. We'll run a line here and see what happens to the room size when we get in there. Right, this is now... no. This is... They are going to be after an alarmingly small room. What these two are going to be doing in their alarmingly small room, I do not know. But, there you go. Yes, there is a substantial dog. I say substantial, I mean it's probably about the size of your average dog. Okay, so we might actually get away with one. I do wonder if we'll get away with one more block there, just to split the difference. But not 100% convinced that will work, but one of those age-old things. You never know if it will work until you try it, really. So what we want to do is just bump, bum, 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 stick it on the floor. Bum, 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 stick it on the floor. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm trying to get this room here to be a level 3 room. If you look on the size gauge, you've got size 1, size 2, size 3, size 4 and size 5. And I believe if I'm to build a room for Digby and Dougie, I need it to be size 3. And at the moment, it is currently size 3. Now, I will also need to try and get the fanciness up to, I believe, fanciness 4, which is maximum fanciness, because I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Which is possibly going to be problematic, but we shall see. Oh yes, indeed. Let's shove our face full of cabbages, because I'm sure that will not go horribly wrong at all for me. No, under no circumstances is about 8 cabbages gonna be bad for your health. Oh no, sir, no it's not. It's gonna be perfect. Now, do I want to try and give them maximum access, or am I not fussed? Also, I was going to check. So yeah, the viewing domes are size 4, which is quite something. Now, that's not to say I can't do them. Well, that is... No, go away, go away. There you go. So, that's interesting that it... no, that's not where I want it. And yet, it feels like it might be the only place it's going to go. Oh, no, there we go. Excellent. That's where I wanted it. Because we want to be able... We want everybody to be able to see Digby and Dougie, don't we? As they're working out and doing whatever it is, whatever else they're going to do in their little tiny room. Well, I suppose it's a mid-sized room. Now, as I say, there's a part of me wondering if I want a rear access as well. Do I want rear access to Digby and Dougie? And I think the answer is yes. Yes, I believe I do want rear access to Digby and Dougie. Precisely how I'm going to build any other houses, I do not know. But for now, we're just worrying about this one and not worrying about anything else. We're just going to carry on. And yes, it's a shame. I would love Sir Digby Chicken Caesar to move in. That would be magnificent. But unfortunately, no. Sir Digby Chicken Caesar is not going to be moving into this house. Sir Digby Chicken Caesar is a fictional character. My thoughts are, if I just do it symmetrical, essentially. That's the idea I've got at the moment. Don't know if it's going to be a good idea, or a bad idea, or simply an indifferent idea. But it's the one we're going with. And in fact, you know what? We're going to have viewing holes this side as well. Why not? Why not treat yourself to plenty of viewing domes, so everybody can see them working out as they like to do. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I was going to put this on top as well, but now I can't really access the roof, so I guess we'll need a sort of... put a cheeky bit of corner access so that if I ever actually had to sort of get on the roof... Oh, I can't place that there. Oh, you want to... Oh, that's because I'm looking the wrong direction. There we go. Now the corner's going to be slightly awkward, I think, because of course I'm going to have to basically just make the decision as to which one's going to work and which one's not going to work. But that really, I don't like that. So I'm going to have to figure out a suitable corner technique. I mean, in fairness, it might just be that. Might be literally just leave the corners. Doesn't look so terrible, but... Well, then again, I may be able to experiment with something slightly different. Oh, Chester, you probably missed the question. But there was a question previously, which is, what games are you playing at the moment? I revealed that I'm currently playing Kingdoms of Amalur as my sort of primary focus, and Neo The World Ends With You as a secondary, and Sea of Thieves as a sort of pleasant multiplayer. Now, obviously, we do know you were Halo War Ring the other day, but that's not necessarily your primary go-to. That's perhaps your multiplayer game of choice. Yeah, do pray tell if you feel you want to tell. You don't have to, of course. Nothing is ever forced. Nothing is ever forced. Yeah, if you've got a game you're playing at the moment that you quite like. Now, let's try and place this, say, there. And now let's try and use... I think if anything it's going to be the diagonal one, maybe. No. Okay, maybe it's not the diagonal chisel I want. Concave chisel, maybe? No. Nope. Flat chisel? I don't think so. No, I don't think I'm going to be able to chisel this the way I would like to be able to chisel this. Because that's back to diagonal chisel. Can I chisel... Oh yeah, you can chisel... Oh, okay. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Oh, okay. That's... not optimal, but might work out. Let's get back up there. And pop a little bit up there. Now what we want to do, pop that there. And now I suppose we want to... I feel like this is going to be awkward. No, okay. Maybe it's not going to be awkward, maybe it's just going to be impossible. Distinctly possible. Okay. So that's not really the diagonal I was after. That again is not really the diagonal I was after. Damn it. Let's try building a scaffolding to see if that helps me get the desired result. Although, how the fuck did I... Now I'm just confused. Because when I was on the ground here... Okay, so I have to be right on the diagonal. Okay, this is going to be way more awkward than I would like it to be, and way more awkward than it needs to be, I think, but still. So if we have to be right on the diagonal, I suppose I'm going to have to build the scaffolding up on the diagonal. Now we change the tool, and now we get that. Unfortunately, that's not as good as I thought it was going to be, but it will suffice, because it's done now, and I can't be bothered to change it. So we'll build a little scaffolding on each of the corners, and put that slightly shit block in every corner, because now I have to. That is the rules of having arsed around for a prolonged period of time, and then something failing. Spoiler alert, that is distinctly not the rules. Sometimes you have to just fuck about and then go, I'll leave that bit out. Because otherwise you end up with trash. But there you go. For now, I'm going to keep it. Because it's not terrible. I think it's subtly better than nothing at all. Which is something. Not a lot, but it is something. There we go. You never know. If I futzed around with it long enough, it might work. But oh, shitey balls! I didn't really want to crack that soil open. But it's because it's one of the lesser soils, so it's like very easy to hammer through. I've got a friend that's a massive Halo fan, and I've been playing through all of the campaigns for the ones on PC in co-op with him. It's a bit of a late review, but Halo's pretty good indeed. But as for what I'm playing on my own, I beat Neon White yesterday, which was very good, interesting. I don't recognise the name Neon White, so I'll have to look that up potentially. I want to go to my Tintington, which I mean, maybe I'll need to put a dedicated room for the Tintington at some point, but for now, I'll just have to go with the idea of looking around and getting in there. Where is my glass door? That's right, it's there. I think I still want it to purple. Everything's basically purple. Digby and Dougie are getting a very purple room. They are going to be the purple rain. Purple rain joke. Purple rain. Oh, we want a door this side, ideally. There we go. That's the ticket. And now it goes back to being a room at least. Excellent. Now, we'll get rid of all those little bits. And basically now what we want to do, without going and ruining our flamboyance of the walls, which hopefully we shouldn't. I think the walls are enough for it to be classified as flamboyant for basically ever. But just in case, we'll try and see if I can find a flamboyant bed. I will use a flamboyant bed. If I cannot find a flamboyant bed, I will obviously have to use another bed, which is fine. Okay. I mean, it is flamboyant. And they want flamboyant. I personally don't think you should be sleeping in a coffin. But it looks like Digby and Dougie are sleeping in coffins. Again, let's try and just find furniture. The unholy altar. I better have some unholy altars. So now I guess I'm trying to decide what game to go back to in my ongoing folder. I think I mentioned it here a couple of weeks ago. It's an FPS platformer that's based around doing short levels fast. It's got a very clean aesthetic, similar to Mirror's Edge. I don't fully remember it, but then that's not necessarily the fact that you didn't discuss it. That may very well be the fact that I just can't remember these things. I need to build a castle cafeteria. Okay. And it's weird, because that seems to say castle cafeterias. But I feel like you only need the one, but still. I'm assuming, yeah, I was going to say the Dragon Lord's throne is probably going to be flamboyant furniture. Is that really going to fit? I mean, I feel like no. Oh, it has Steve Bloom voicing the main character. Okay, now I feel like I might remember that. So, yes. Okay. I might remember you having mentioned it previously, after all. Helps a bit, yeah. I mean, a good voice acting, I think, helps a lot of the time. Okay, storage bays are flamboyant, so we'll grab a couple of them. I mean, basically anything spaceship is going to be flamboyant, and anything Hargon based is going to be flamboyant, I think, isn't it? That's the crucial thing. Oh yeah. So yeah, I mean, I could possibly put Citadel bits in, but I must admit, I'd prefer to try. Although having said that, they're sleeping in coffins, so fucking hell. True, if you're Dracula, sleeping in a coffin is kind of accepted as the norm. But it's an interesting definition of flamboyance in this game, I feel. But there you go. Just seeing if there's any other flamboyant bits. I'll probably... Yeah, do I have some mining tools available? No, so... As much as they aren't flamboyant, the fact that Digby and Dougie are miners at heart, I do want to give them some mining tools. False idol, why not have a false idol in there? At this point, all I'm really doing is I'm just going to cram the room full of bits and pieces in order to raise that fanciness level. And as I say, optimally, if it's flamboyant, excellent. If not, acceptable enough, I suppose. Just as long as it doesn't detract from the flamboyance, which, considering the amount of flamboyance we've got, it probably won't. Probably just end up playing Smite. The mid-season patch came out, and they've done some very interesting stuff. Ooh. What is defined as interesting stuff? What's the most interesting thing they've done, I suppose? I know, it's almost a bit of an arsehole thing to do. Put you on the spot. What's the most interesting thing you know of? But still, it is mildly intriguing as to what you consider interesting, I suppose. Hargon's standard. I appear to already have 2 of those, so I suppose that's fine. VR Visage, we already have a load of those as well. Oh, this is the new Moonbrook frock. We could possibly grab a few of those, put them in the changing rooms. In fact, we'll grab a bunch of those, put them in the changing rooms. And then we'll try the Canuck cloak, put a load in them in the changing rooms. Well, I suppose the only slight issue I think I'm going to end up having is simply the fact that the changing rooms don't exist anywhere other than the castle area. So I might need a cheeky little changing room here as well in order for them to actually kind of change over this side as well. But, yeah, never mind. We'll sort that out at some point. For now, though, let's go and see about perhaps getting some beds. And I do use the word beds in the loosest possible sense of the definition. So here, outside this door, they can have their mining tools. And then here in the corner, I'll tell you that might work. If I put... There you go. I'm going to have to go back and get a couple more of those Vile Visages. But that's not a huge problem. I must admit, if they ever do a third one of these, what would be quite nice is if they popped a search function. Now, I'm fairly certain there isn't a search function here. If it turns out there is a search function, balls! But I don't know of it. I don't know of it. That would probably be the new item tree, which has an item that increased the speed that basic attacks move at the cost of them doing less damage. Yes. Another one that puts your cooldown reduction cap at 60% instead of 40% at the cost of your abilities heal less and dealing less damage. Interesting. That is quite... that sounds like quite a substantial change. That will change a fair amount, I would say, but then again, I can't guarantee that. I haven't played the game in a while, so it might not be as substantial a change as I give it credit for, but it still sounds like a substantial change. Right, a couple of storage crates there. Unfortunately, we are still lacking in fanciness, aren't we? We've got substantial flamboyance, but very little sort of fanciness. I suppose arguably they're probably flamboyant, aren't they? The sinister sconces. Let's put there and there. There. Digby, Dougie, you've not actually been told to move in yet, so if you could, you know, toddle off until I'm ready. So I do actually have a Hargon's Throne. I feel like I'm not going to be able to fit that in here though, because it's quite substantial. No, he's gone straight to his. He's gone straight in. He's gone straight in there, hasn't he? Straight into his little coffin. I think we've found out a little secret about Digby and Dougie, and that little secret is they are of the undead. The other crucial thing is, I'm putting these little bits in, constantly trying to find bits and bobs to pop in, but they're not doing much for the fanciness level, which means I might need to possibly rethink and do something else that would raise the fanciness. Not entirely sure what is going to be really the key to raising the fanciness. I'm slightly considering the idea that maybe I'm going to need to, instead of using the floor I'm currently using, I might need to use a gold floor, because that's definitely, I would say, going to be up in the fanciness. But I'm going to have a look up. I'm going to see if there's sort of a secret hint or tip for raising fanciness levels in Dragon Quest. As I say, I feel like a gold floor is probably going to do it. So, worst case scenario. DQB2 fancy items, okay. List of items that... there we go. Possibly heard the Bladinga that time, because it's closer. Curtains are fancy, okay. As I say, there's very much a sort of gold will solve the problem. Oh, I see, there's a spreadsheet here as well. Can I do it anyway? Okay. Fine. No, apparently I can't. Okay, let's do... Because I think, didn't we have some Hargon curtains somewhere? I feel like we definitely picked up a Hargon curtain somewhere. I might be wrong. I can barely see. Ah, there we go. Oh yeah, we did have sort of like Hargon's banner, so maybe we'll try that. Oh, that's an awkward. That's a slightly awkward one. And I can't place it there. I don't think I've got a place for the Hargon banner. I'll have to get rid of that light, which I suppose technically I could do. I can't place it there either. Okay. Yeah, I think it's 3x2, so I suppose maybe... Oh, cock. I suppose deep down I probably should have known that was going to happen. But there you go. What can I say? Sometimes I'm an individual who just hopes for the best. And unfortunately, that leaves me immensely depressed, owing to the simple fact that the best doth not usually happen. Anyway, let's try and get that room back to being a room. There we go. Now see... Yeah, that banner really didn't seem to do much. Like, at all. I think it's gold floor. I really do feel like it is. Is there an actual gold floor rather than the gold tiles? We'll see if we can use that. Because, I mean, I think I've got an infinite supply of gold nowadays. So, we'll get those churning out some gold blocks. Oh, I don't have infinite coal yet. I'll have to look up and see about trying to get infinite coal, but we'll pop another 100 of these work in there. We may have some, because I think we've got a forge elsewhere. Oh, I think we've got a forge here at the bloody pyramid, haven't we? So if my Scottish friend, who's only Scottish because I've told him he's Scottish, my Scottish friend is doing his business, he may very well have done me some gold blocks. Anyway, gold floor. No, there's silver tiles, but gold is ultimately going to be superior. Golden tile, I think, is considered the floor, truth be told. I'm not sure. Also has the ability for them to add balance changes to modes outside of Conquest. Interesting. I'm surprised that didn't exist. I suppose, you know. Blue temple tile? I mean, blue temple tile could possibly do it, but I'm 99% certain gold tiles will solve the problem, as gold tiles so often do. So now what we want to do is get my transformer trowel. The most annoying thing, of course, is I might not be able to do all of these because I may not be able to get the position. No, I think we may be okay. There you go. See, the only slight problem is the coolness factor of gold is possibly trying to take over. But no, I think we're fine. It's still considered flamboyant. I'm not going to lie, I don't like it. But at the end of the day, it's not me who's living in here. This is my boy, Digby. Bam, bam, bam. He is very satisfied with his room. My word. The full whack of whatever it's called. Victory fanfare, I suppose. It's the whole lot. It's all of their victory fanfare. Nice. Build rooms your residents like. Completed. Now we'll stick the other miner in here as well. Another cracking job, Feldin. Look at that, it's a mini medal, son. It's a mini medal. Just 9 more tablet targets to tick off the list now. Give you a lovely set of build binoculars. Toodle pip for now, son. Toodle pip for now. Ooh, new hairstyles are now available. I suppose I due diligence, I ought to have a look at them. And of course, Dougie. Just enjoy the length and breadth of that victory fanfare. And the big. I feel like they're called 10-penny drums, but I might be wrong there. Or possibly timpani. I don't know. But the big bom 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 bom. Maximum orchestral glory. I've also got 3,000. I've gone over 3,000. Whoops! I didn't mean to use the transformer trowel. That would have been very aggravating had I used the transformer trowel by accident. Right, I'm just wondering if there's sort of little extra fanciness that I could perhaps do. I don't think that's going to be what I'm going to want. Oh no, that actually no, that I can get behind that slightly. Still not sure what to do about the sort of side piece, but as long as the wife don't find out, it's not going to be a problem. He said, promising it's a joke. But yeah, okay. No, yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. Mostly fine with it. It does slightly block that pathway though. But oh well. Now a very thin pathway. Technically, I don't know. Can you run on? Well, you can sort of run along there. Can you get on it naturally? No, you can't. In other words, I've made it awkward, but I'm not going to change it. Therefore, it's staying where it is. That's my final say on the matter. It's awkward. The citizenry will have to live with it. But it's probably more me that's going to affect, in fairness. Because the citizens probably won't give two shits. Excellent. Right, well, that's Digby and Dougie sorted out. Now, let us see. Do we fancy doing another person's room? Brittany, she wants a sort of mid-tier size and a mid-fanciness, but cute. She'd prefer cute. Babs, of course. She's always wanted a little bit of cheekiness. Den, he'd like a smaller cheeky. Magrog would like a fancy cool room. Well, that very much means you're getting a golden room, my friend. You're getting a golden room. Ordelia, holy balls, Ordelia. You want the biggest, fancy, cutest room you could possibly lay your hands on. Bullshit, love. Bullshit. The corpse. Oh, bath tender. If you have a cask, I'll help to make drinks. So in fairness, actually, I don't have a pub at the moment, do I? So it doesn't matter. You place terraformer tiles on ground. Me turn nearby desert into desert. Area into desert. When we do battle, we draw enemy attention. Hold on to my mane and we'll go for a ride. I've got a pretty mean double jump too. You can fang me later. And Barbara just hangs around being Barbara. And that's it. So, I mean, McGrog's probably going to be the easiest one. Because he's only after a little one. Whereas I think Digby and Dougie was a size 3, wasn't it? Must get that bloody, what's it? Sinister sconce up there. There we go. So yeah, that's a size 3. So we need a much smaller building for Mugrog. Take that. Are you... No, you're normal. But probably fancy, so could use it as a floor. But then again, I could just stick with golden floor, which would work. So, I don't know. If we do decide to sort of... I really wish this was one square over now. It's going to be slightly annoying, but I can't demolish... I mean, I can, but I'm not going to demolish the entire thing for the sake of one square. So what I think I'll probably end up doing is just building here Whoops, I didn't mean to use my chisel. If you demolish something that's been chiseled, it will remain sort of non-chiseled. You pick it up non-chiseled, if that makes sense. I suppose we'll try that. We can expand it on the sides quite happily, I think. And we'll worry about getting the size correct first, and then we'll worry about everything else, because the size is the most awkward thing to get right, I think, personally. Also, we'll probably want to factor in precisely what sort of door we want. Also, we need more gold blocks, which I sort of knew. It's one of those age-old ones where I sort of knew I was going to need not more golden blocks, but I just sort of had that desperate hope, that desperate longing that I was going to be able to eke out enough gold blocks to not have to come back here. Despite the quite obvious fact, that's not a thing that happens. You can't just suddenly ration your gold blocks at the last minute just because you want to. Oops. My positional awareness here is always awful. So at the moment that's kind of set for a single door, which I mean probably is fine. We'll assess the size first before we fully decide what we're going to do. What sort of size is this? Oh, hello! The entire fanciness of the island has been raised. Nice. Okay, that is actually too big. That is almost impressive. I've also got a treasure pile, decorative item, a gleaming hoard of gold and gems. Might be able to put that in this fella's room, although, as specified, we are going to have to take a chunk off the back, I think. Although, no, a chunk off the back will be fine. Oh, in fact, technically, that actually is going to line it up with the room size rather than those extra flares. It's going to line it up with the room of Ducky and Digby. So what sort of size is this now? Is this now suitable size 2? It's on the cusp, but I'm fairly certain that is a size 2. What I want is my transformer trowel, so I can turn the floor to gold. Although, did he want... I think he wanted 4 fancy. I may have made this too fancy. I may have to defancificate it, which is quite something. But there you go. It is a thing that sometimes happens in life. You look at something and you go, that's too fancy for me. Let's go check precisely what fanciness level he wanted. If it's not 4, I'm going to have to remove that floor and put in something slightly different. Magrog. No, he did want 4 fanciness. And he's got size cool. He's got size 2, 4 fanciness. It's already cool because it's made of gold. Which I don't know if that would be true. I don't know whether it would actually be physically cool if it's made of gold, but still. Yeah, I mean, I think I do want some windows in it. And I must admit, I think this sort of sliding door is sufficient. So now basically what we just want to do, because I'm slightly tempted maybe, because it's McGrog, what we'll do is we'll find a suitable bed for him. I think one of the beds is tartan. I mean, I think it's a double bed, but it's still, yeah, tartan. So I think that's gonna be his bed, because he's fucking Scottish, and therefore he can have a tartan bed. A bastard, tartan bastard bed. A table with a built-in blanket for keeping warm in the winter. That's quite something, isn't it? I suppose if we try and... we'll have it and dye it yellow, perhaps. And then he can use that, and then give him some... comfy stool? No, he can have a stone stool, which means we've already got some stone stools. He's a simple-ish man, despite his house being made of gold. That's not the definition of a simple man. A simple man doesn't have things built of gold, sir. And I think deep down you know this to be true. We'll have him as a fucking drinker, perhaps. Having said that, all of these are decorative items. And that, oh, I need a digger's jigger for building that, of course. I suppose, I say of course, I don't know. Yeah, a decorative cup. Why not? Have a decorative cup on the table, perhaps. Assuming the little sort of table thing. He has become the Eldlick. He has licked the Elder. Yes, he is frequently licking the Elder. We've told him to stop, but he refuses. No, I don't know. I'm assuming that's a reference to something I said, but you may have to help me out, as is so often the way, because I am very slow. Very slow indeed. Okay, so... Yes, there we go. Lovely bed there. Lovely table in the corner. Oh, that's a big table. That's a much bigger table than I was expecting. And then, granted, here he's not really going to be able to see much, but we'll do sort of a mirror on the other side. Whoopsie doodles, I demolished the bed. Whoopsie doodles, I demolished another bit of block that I didn't mean to demolish. Excellent. Doing so very well indeed. And it is a pretty simple deck at least. Flip up 2 floodgates. Ah, of course. Do I want to... No. What I am thinking is, what other bits did I buy, or what other bits did I suggest I was going to put in his room? I don't know. I was going to buy that big gold pile, but I'm probably not now, because I feel like it's going to be awkward to do. Oh yeah, I bought him a cup, that's right. Oh, I do have a full flagon as well. Or maybe I'll give him a full flagon on there as well. So he has his cup of cocoa for the night, and he has a full flagon for the day. And now we want some chairs, which I think is probably like 2 stone stools, perhaps. Yeah, stone stool there, stone stool there. Oh, he's got a simple sippers set. Well, that was slightly unexpected. We also want a light in here. So what we'll do is we'll put out a bookcase with a lantern on top, because he's a man who enjoys reading and enjoys seeing. I can't guarantee he enjoys reading or he enjoys sort of seeing. He might not enjoy either one of those. I may have just made up some spurious lies about the man, and he's now very angry and he's coming to get me. Ho ho hee ha ha. Tell you what, you can have just a barrel in the corner. I'll do. Now don't steal McGregor's food. He's the Golden Lord. Ah, of course. At least until you fuse him, then he goes crazy with gold and becomes the Mad Golden Lord. He rules over the Golden Land. I see. I know all about people mad for gold. We've been doing Sea of Thieves, where everybody's mad for gold, essentially. But what did I want? A name tag. That's what we want. So, I mean, technically we might as well use the gentleman's sign again. Although having said that, the nameplates can be dyed, interestingly enough. Oh, I suggested I was going to dye the window, didn't I? But, nah, fuck it. We'll dye the nameplate yellow, just to go slightly more in the room. Or I suppose I could dye it an opposite colour to equally try and go in the room, but might as well be yellow. Yeah, fuck it. Keep it suggesting it's gold. I can't guarantee it's going to look gold when I install it, but we'll have the suggestion of gold. And that's about as good as we can muster. It's very small compared to our boy, our Digby and Dougie. But then again, I suppose arguably, it's not necessarily the fact that it's small. I mean, it is smaller, of course, but it's also for one person, which is not so bad. But there you go, another one bites the dust. McGrog has had his dream house. Very different to Barbie's dream house. And of course we get the most epic of fanciness. I will be back momentarily. There we go, slightly better. I the world is causing me to have a runny nose owing to the heat and potential increase in pollinations. And I said pollinations, not the increase of Polynesians, because if I suggested my allergies were owing to the increase in Polynesians, that would be severe and thorough racism of the worst kind. Okay, this is gonna... Okay, this is not great news. Now I have to figure out how best to do this. I prefer Zombie World Outlook, which is a little harder to pilot and maybe not quite as good. Match up depending to some extent. Right, I'm not sure what we want to do about this. No, sorry. No, not at all. Because I don't know whether I want to sort of try and fill this area in, but then it would make it slightly awkward there. Although having said that, if I did sort of fill in this area here, I could put a staircase there, and that might not be outrageous. I think we can possibly get away with that. That's handy. I didn't think that was just going to overwrite that area there. And now we just want to do the same again. And that way we can hopefully continue building houses, which I don't know. I'm guessing me building houses is probably quite boring, but there you go. I'm just ploughing through the tasks as I get them. And at the moment the task is build everybody a house. Or at least the main characters. I don't know if I'll bother too much with ones that are sort of sub-characters that I've picked up. I might not worry too much about those, but to a certain extent I might worry about the main characters and stuff. I think that's fine. Most people hate Eldlick though, because he's easier and more common variant is 3 times Eldlick, 3 times Eldlixer, and a few of the Eldlick traps and like 20 fuck you cards. Yes. Back when I was playing it regularly, I saw that a lot, and it was just that sort of tiresome. Because I mean, the worst part is the fact that you can't really. I don't know. I'm sure there is a way of getting rid of it, but from my experience, there just wasn't a way of getting rid of it. As soon as that zombie appeared, that's it. You're done. You can't fight that because eventually, you could, especially like the way it's sort of like this big old kind of. Hey, look. He gets to. He's easily doable. He's easily doable, and then you get to the point where actually no, he's not easily doable because suddenly he comes back stronger than ever. And I know that's sort of the whole crux of the deck, I suppose, but it's still one of those ones that's very frustrating to deal with. I'm going to need a load more cabbages. I'm sure downing 10 cabbages in a short period of time is definitely not going to do anything negative to his health. I mean, in fairness, it's done nothing at all for his health, but the key thing is it won't do anything positive for his health either. So bam, bam, and bam. It's sort of an acceptable staircase. It's not perfect, and it's certainly not in line with the pyramid, which is slightly annoying. But sometimes you just have to go with fuck it. Yep. Sorry, but sometimes you just got to go with fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it all. Fuck it. So who we got here? So Babs, Brittany even. Brittany is in front of me. I was reading ahead of myself. Brittany could do with a home that's kind of basically average, it would seem. Which I suppose is fair enough. She just is asking too much. She has gotten right up herself since we started. Den's not so bad. I feel like I should probably build Den and Babs next to one another, being that they are sort of father and daughter. Although having said that, you know, father and daughter don't have to live together. You are ridiculous. You want 5 and 5. Is that the same as Babs? No, even Babs don't want 5 and 5. That is ridicky-doodles. Ridicky-doodles. Such a shame those don't line up, because I could have made a barracks or something Not necessarily specifically a barracks, but something akin to a barracks. So I suppose, shall we could look in on some of the others. You want something cool. You want something cute. You want something cool. Oh. Do I force Lulu to room with Jerome? Because he wants cool and she wants cool. Yeah, they actually want something exactly the same size. And shape and fanciness, so it's quite something. Esther, she only wants a tiny house. A tiny, cute house. Possibly, I suppose, next to a church. Let's see if we can work that out. I need to go to the map. That's what I want. Go back to the Cerulean Steppe. We're on the road to Cerulean Steppe. I'm on the road. I'm on the road. What can we do on this stitching platform? Not a huge amount I can't do elsewhere. Well, having said that, the plainclothes are quite nice. Grab those. Fuck it, why not? He's definitely annoying to deal with. Doom King Ballad Rock. It's similar, returning in defence though. Every standby phase, as long as there's a field spell either side on. See, that feels almost like more... You can deal with that a bit more. Because he's just... He's A, just coming back in defence mode, and B, got a caveat to it. Whereas, I don't know, I've found... It feels like, at least, can't guarantee these, but it feels like, to me, a lot of the time... with the Eldlick, is just he comes back and there's nothing you can do about it. Now I suppose, you know, I'll hold my hands up and say I'm not an expert at the game, so there may very well be a counter you can put forth, but it is still one of those ones where it's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here, game. So I've definitely lost to this deck, owing to the simple fact that it's feeling like garbage. Right, so I think we have, in fairness, built everything on the indoors. That tells me everybody's having a lovely bath. We've got a lovely secondary toilet there, and we've filled out all of this area. The only area we haven't really finished is, of course, the area back elsewhere. The area that didn't want to be a pub. This is the hairdos I think we unlocked. Wavy locks. Back-combed, pretty ponytail, hipster ponytail. I mean, that's pretty much Malroth's hairstyle, I think, isn't it? Classic curtains. That's Trunks. That's very Trunks. I mean, I know it's the same sort of artist and all, but it's one of those ones that's alarmingly Trunks. Could be a pumpkin head, but I must admit, difficult to say no to the miner's mask. I must admit, not in place of the sunglasses, because if I ever do take off the miner's mask, I think the sunglasses are going to be key. But no, I think the ribbon is a step too far. The ribbon is a step too far. But now I am El Tuxedo Manero. That was supposed to be slightly Spanish because of the rose in the area. Oh, I suppose I'd completely forgotten. There is technically a second floor here. Well, I'm mostly sort of just got it as a throne room and a couple of bedrooms, I think. A large, cool, private bedroom. Whose private bedroom is this? Is this meant to be... Yeah, it's meant to be Lulu's room, but obviously it probably is big enough, actually. Let's go check in with Lulu, I suppose. I don't think I've got a bloody... Oh, you are a nun, but you're wearing a... Yeah, it's just a weird combination. Nun's hat with sort of non-nun body. Right, let's check Lulu's requirements, because I think I just need to up her fanciness level in that castle abode. I should probably try and put one of these in this area. Yeah, I think the size was good enough. I just need to get it cool and 4-star fanciness, which is probably going to be the age-old solution of golden floor, which you'll see a lot of, I think you'll find, because it's basically the be-all and end-all solution of... I'm sorry, what is that nun wearing? I mean, I suppose arguably, what is that nun not wearing? I mean, I suppose, who am I to suggest a nun is not allowed to wear a swimming costume around the building. But I definitely feel like maybe the nun shouldn't be wearing a swimming costume around the castle, but still. Transformer troll. The only slight issue we've got is I might not be able to fit everywhere with my golden floor. Oh, there we go. Technically, I could leave it as just a half-done golden floor. Which, I mean, wouldn't make that much difference, but I do feel like I should maybe make it slightly sort of better than just going, half floor is fine. But it probably will mean having to demolish the bath. Which I'm not going to lie, I don't know if I can be bothered to demolish the bath. Because demolishing the bath sounds like a fucking annoyance. We'll do that side, we'll do that side. And then, okay, we can get most of the way in. We can get most of the way in. That's fine. And then here I'd need to demolish the bed as well, annoyingly. Or perhaps just ignore that. Oh, I can't. Yeah, if I do that, I'm going to remove the carpet. I don't really want to remove the carpet. Anyway, so Lulu's now got a bedroom. That wasn't 100% the point I was intending to do, but I suppose it will suffice. Guys, this is a dangerous place to have a sort of kiss shove competition. It's not ideal. Why are you just sort of standing there? Do you know what? I like the look of this area. Let's see. Do we have any sort of stone? I've got ash. I don't really think ash is going to be suitable. Snow? No, not really. Concrete. I suppose arguably I could stick some concrete down, but chalk. Chalk, I think, is going to be the solution here. What we just want to do. Whoops. Oh, no. Go away. Just build this area out slightly. Oops, no, get back up there. Just want to flatten it out slightly more. I mean, I'll probably put a staircase in, but I'm flattening it for now. We want a nice size, I think. Maybe what I want to do is make it one more for the sake of the walls. Make all of this one more. I think I've got one more side to do. Really wish you could, fuck off. Nope, he refuses. He point blank refuses to fuck off. Some people just don't respect the idea of fucking off, do they? Which is quite frustrating. Now, I do feel like it should be slightly longer. And we do want to calculate, so... I feel like we want big fancy door. Big fancy door here. Which means I think we're going to want a 3. So, there, 1, 2, 3. Something like that. That's nice. I will need to change this block choice up in the not too distant future, but for now it will suffice. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 and 2. So we need to extend this, which is not a huge problem. I did not know I could damage that man by sticking 1 extra block on top of his head. It would take a long old time to kill him, but it's interesting to know that technically speaking, I could officially kill something by building something on top of his head. But I don't think it's a practical solution to the problems at hand. So yeah, big fancy door. Wall here. I should be able to use the transformer trowel to sort this out. So hopefully I can mark that off, and then might take it out one more space, although that might end up ruining its ability to be a wall, be a room or something ridiculous, but I think we should be okay. We'll have to go back and get that door. Could you not, please? Could you try the idea of not existing? Yes, apparently he could try it. He was happy to give it a go. He was happy to give it a try. He happily died for my purposes. But at the moment, this is sort of just a tester. I need to try and buy a load more, or build a load more bits, I suppose. I may actually have a couple. For couple. Yes, everything for couples. But, there we go. That's a free, that's handy. That's perfect. That's good, I like that. Get rid of that snow. That's excellent. Now I've just got to sort of decide on the sort of chairs situation. I don't know whether I've actually got like official pews or something. But if I don't, I think there is a... Oh, there's a joint thing. Was there a joint thing? Oh, I suppose sofas? Sofas feel like they might be considered inappropriate for a church, but still. So that's our nice little entranceway. And then what I'm slightly tempted to do is maybe here. And possibly here. Oops. What we'll do is we'll build out. And it can be... Oops, no, not like that. There we go. It can be sort of fully floored here, I think. Maybe one in. Yeah, maybe one in from that area. Don't do that. Again, it's one of my magical floating floors. Because why not? Whoops, I got carried away. I wish someone would sometimes. I wish someone would. Carry you away, that is. And then we'll just build something... I mean, I'm thinking roughly square. Which is going to take a lot of space. But still. Doesn't necessarily have to be square. Just as square as I can sort of... If my eye says square enough, that's where I'm going to call it. Which I think... I feel like it's going to be one more. Does it come with a hang on? Unfortunately, no. Yeah, do I like that? I'm not sure I do like that. I do like the idea of it maybe thinning slightly, so... No, I think I'm fine with that. Emphasis on the think I'm fine with it. This is all subject to change in the not too distant future, I suppose. For right this very second, I think I'm fine with it. I think it is going to be an absolute arseache to actually finish and pull off, but there's room for improvement in that area there as well, which I think is crucial. And now, do we have... We do have some of those doors. I think it's mostly going to be sort of castle-y, stony stuff, but let's go have a look over here to our build table and see what sort of materials might jump out at my face and go, use me. Use me. Oh, how you use me. Use me, use me. Go ahead and use me. But the key thing I have to keep in mind is these stained glass windows. Because they do have a sort of browny texture to them. The wally parts. Which means I do need to factor in the idea of keeping it sort of brownish for the sides, which kind of makes me feel like the stone wall might look terrible, but then again, I don't know. I feel like the stone wall might actually look okay. It does have a change when stacked, which actually is going to be... Yeah, that's where I may end up finding myself having to rebuild the entire thing instead of just skinning it over with the transformer trowel. But never mind, I suppose. Also, I have to possibly figure out how to get it on my network of ladders and stuff, and ladders and roads, which Should prove slightly tricky, because I think... I suppose... Oh, no, actually, no, there is a sort of open pathway there. And then if we build a pathway down this side of the castle, possibly going to have to demolish that tree, then build a pathway here, and then build a pathway up here. That'll work out quite nicely. How's it going? It's going okay. So if I do that, is that going to do its... Yes, I think it has actually done its auto stacking. It is very useful, actually. Very useful. I never gave this transformer trowel the credit it's due in this, on this occasion at least. I mean, granted, on a vast majority of other occasions it's a pain in the arse, but for this job it is absolutely 100% perfect. But I suppose, in fairness, it's this sort of job that it's designed for, isn't it? I mean, it's called a transformer trowel. It's designed for transforming blocks into other blocks. But as I say, sometimes it can prove an absolute arsehole. And a troublesome little truck. Here, oh no, there we go. We've managed to get a cheeky one in. Now, I'm wondering if that wall in the middle might look good in a slightly different way. So it just punches a little bit more than that at the moment. I don't think bloodstone is what we want as a punch. Blue temple tile, I must admit, that might look good as a floor. I was wondering what to do as the floor, but then again, this might prove just a little bit too gaudy. Yeah, I think that's going to look too gaudy if I do the entire thing in that style. But I do sort of feel like if I go and get some more carpet, maybe, we could possibly try and carpet the rest of it, which I think might look quite nice. But yeah, this back wall is the other issue that I've got. I'll tell you what, let's go figure out our door situation and the back wall situation. I'm fairly certain I know what I'm doing with the door. Oh yeah, that's the cheeky back door on that section as well. But we've seen how thick these people are, so I'm probably going to have to build a very immense volume of easy access. And I suppose maybe sort of fancy castle, but not 100% sold on that. That's fancy carpet. No, I think just standard carpet. I don't think we want to go too fancy. This is still meant to be sort of... It is a sort of religious domicile, so I don't feel like we want to make it so fancy it's ridiculous. But I still fancy the idea of making it a little bit fancy. We were going to figure out that door situation, weren't we? That's a castle window. We may want castle windows eventually, but let's not worry about it now. Steel doors, throne room doors. Depends on if the steel doors are what I'm after, which I can't guarantee they are. So I'll throw it open to chat, as is so often in my way. Assuming these doors are good enough, which I think they're a free door. I think they're a free size. I must admit, I quite like the white. The white is quite nice. I don't have any black, so unfortunately we can't do black. Purple, we've done quite a lot of purple in fairness. Pink, red, yellow, or blue. Do you know what? I'm going to rescind the offer of giving it to the chat, because I quite like the white. So I think it's going to be white doors. And what we want to do right now is get the carpet out. Get your carpet out, son. Quite like the fact that I've got that cheeky little gap there, because it allows me to go all the way up the stairs and then fly out here, which I don't know if it is the quickest method. Oh no, that's a 4-door. Ah, oh, son of a bitch. Is there no such thing as a 3-door? I've got nasty feeling there's no such thing as a 3-door, which is going to make my life very awkward. I feel like the castle doors... Castle doors are 5, question mark? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so castle doors would at least work. I'll have to chip out another piece of wall, but the castle doors will work. But yeah, those big steel doors, unfortunately, not so much. Let's have a look at the doors situation again. No, that's a 2. There's a free door. There's a free DO, but don't know about the ORs. ORs. Big door. But I don't know. Maybe the big door's free? I don't think the big door is going to be free. I suppose let's test this big door before we leave. Oh shit, yeah, big door is free. Oh, big door then. We're gonna have it as a big door, yes. Oh yes. I mean, in fairness, that's quite a fancy, nice looking door as well, so I don't mind that door as my main door. You're not able to dye stained glass windows, are you? I mean, in this game specifically, I'd like to state. No. But I do want those stained glass windows out, because I want to start stacking some stained glass windows. Which, in fairness, I think the stained glass windows are most effective if they are stacked in a free stack anyway, which means I'm probably going to want to make this a free stack sort of situation with the door and with the windows. So, oh, in fact, oh god, that is a big door. He's going to request a lot of stuff for me, but there you go. Right, so let's trash this, and then basically form ourselves. Is that? Oh no, that's fine. I think double stained glass there. Double stained glass there. That's nice. There you go. And I think. Yeah, there's triple stack in the middle. Yeah, we want to do the same the other side, so we might as well do that now. And then maybe give it a gap of 2. A big 2 stained glass window. Oops. And a gap of 2 and a big stained glass window here as well. Oh my god, I didn't even plan that and it's worked out beautifully. I'm massively pleased with the situation. That's worked far better than I ever thought. Whoops. Well, I suppose I might need to get up there in fairness. So if I'm going to run around filling in these gaps here. No, I will want that 4th one, but not quite yet. Don't know if this is the most sensible idea, but we're doing it now, so it will have to suffice as the idea. I mean, yes, we do want this second stack, but we haven't actually finished the first stack, so... Oh well. So we'll go... Whoops, not there, please. Thank you. I think this will look quite nice when it's finished. It's going to take a while to finish, but... It's a church, by the way, if anybody was confused and unaware. I'm trying to build a church. And then down at the bottom of the church, I plan on building the nun's house. I have to drop down there. Do that this way. Oh, I suppose technically, well... No, we might be able to find a sort of pseudo-roof, as we so often do. We can do a pseudo-roof. Pseudo-rudo-roofo. Sorry, what was that? Don't know. It's a brand new Pokemon, Pseudo-rudo-roofo. Right, what I'm thinking I might do is I'm going to make the whole of this floor the tiles, because that way I can have the outside edge be tile. Just oops. I don't actually know what I'm trying to... I suppose something fancy. I never actually made a decision as to what I wanted to make that, so... do we think green will fit? Because then I could put in those other stained glass windows. We only want to go that side. I must admit, I didn't think it was going to reach as high as it reached. But it's completely reached perfectly there, isn't it? Which is quite nice. I'm not convinced it will work with stained glass windows. No, it doesn't. So what we'll have to do is just... Whoops. No, in fact, that doubly confirms that it won't work with stained glass windows. And then smash this side as well. I don't know why I appear to have a prison of chimeras. I think they're actually called. But I do seemingly have a prison of chimeras. I'm mostly fine with this fact, but I do declare that I have not intentionally done a section of those. They're not supposed to be there. I thought so. I think we're going to have to demolish the altar in order to finish the floor correctly. There we go. So the crucial thing I wanted there was basically the outside block there to be the blue floor tile. Now what I think I'm going to do is come in here and leave sort of... We leave like the 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we'll make that carpet. We'll make all of that carpet. We'll make this carpet. And drop one behind and make that carpet. Make that carpet. Carpet. And I've run out of carpet too early. Nope, I think we're okay. Nope, I have just enough carpet. Excellent. That's what we like to see. Superb. Get that altar back on here. Now, I think I've got candlesticks, so... or little candles. So what I believe, to make an actual altar, I think you have to have candles and a book. But I don't know whether it's just a standard book or whether it actually has to be a religious book. Maybe it becomes a religious book if I put it on there. I must admit, that's not officially classified as an altar. Now, whether that's a problem or not, I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see and hope for the best, I suppose. Candelabrum, candelabrum, candelabrum. And then I think candelabrum, candelabrum. It's quite nice. I quite like it. I'm actually pleased with the progress and the process and the decency at which it's turning out to look at. Do I not have any religious statues that aren't evil? I've got a few evil religious statues, but apparently I don't have any of the good religious statues, which I suppose is fine. It's just slightly awkward not having them. I've got a feeling you do need pillars. You may very well need columns in a church, so what we might do... Yeah, put a little pillar in the background. Can you... Oopsie doodles. Can you dye pillars? I sort of don't think so, no. You can get a couple of colours of pillars, but you can't actually physically dye a pillar. I like that. I'm going to do that in the other corner as well. I think that looks quite nice. And that way, if I do actually need pillars in this church to make it an official church, I have solved that problem, which I'm quite pleased at. And here, outside here, what we'll do is, once again, we'll just use... God damn it. We'll just use chunky chalk as our point. But we'll put a nice little pillar there, a nice little pillar there. And then, do we have stone handrail still available? Yes, we appear to have stone handrail still available. So I think if we put stone handrail there, yeah, it's almost like those stone pillars are designed to work nicely with the stone handrail. Spoiler alert, I think they are supposed to do that, exactly that. Okay, excellent. We'll have to figure out the staircase situation. But outside of that, what I'm going to try and track down is some religious artefacts. Because I want more religion in my church. I suppose I ought to check whether or not I see an actual sort of Bible. Oh, there's a sort of clover carving Oh, I do actually have some of those. Decorative shield. I also have some of those. So those are quite nice. So I might use those. I feel like maybe... I don't know about having a grand piano, but... they do sort of have church organs, don't they? Oh, no. Oh, it's the controller that's dead. Okay, that's fine. I mean, it's not optimal, but... it's more fine than the game being dead. But it's one of those scenarios where it's like, oh no, it's not moving. It's not moving anymore. And I look down and it's like, oh, okay, it's fine. It's just the controller's gone off. Ding! The Ward of Erdrick. Oh, I see. Oh, I should have been using a lot of these, but then again, they're quite an expensive build. So we'll use one in the church because let's be honest, getting rid of sort of creatures spawning in the church seems like a good plan. There we go. That's what we were after. A couple of goddess statues. That's what we want. And now, I suppose, arguably anything else that looks religious. I suppose a biblioparl. I mean, it's not really religious, but you know, fuck it. We can have a couple of stacks of those. Oh, we need all of our books. That's fine. I can always build more books, I'm sure. Probably need the chairs now as well. It wouldn't be a bad idea to find some of those chairs. What is this one? A salutation station. Oh, I think I know. Yeah, a prominent placard on which to write words of greeting and guidance. Yeah. I think that's more for when you're doing the Buildertopia. Because then you can sort of show off your Builderdom castle fanlight. Anything else that looks like it would work? Oh yeah, I was going to look up chairs. Now I must admit, there's a part of me tempted to just run sofas, but then again, fancy bench. Fancy bench could work as a pew, couldn't it? Yeah, I'll go fancy bench as my pew. I've already got an altar there, so that's fine. Already got some lights, so that's not a problem. Do we want to try and sort of... Oh, I've got some of those tegulae and flat tegulae and other doodahs. So if we do end up wanting a roof situation, or a roof adjacent situation, we can use those. I wanted to dye my books, which means I need to go to a Tintington. Oh, there's my Tintington. Hey, Tintington. Oh, you can dye the stone handrails as well. Interesting. I must admit, I like the way they are, so I'm probably not going to bother dyeing those, but it's interesting to know that you can. Can you dye the fancy benches? No, that's fine. You can dye bookcases. So all white books, all purple books, all pink books, all red books, all yellow books, all white, all blue books. Slightly tempted to go white, but I'm also... I feel like blue... Blue feels like a sort of Bible colour, doesn't it? I can't guarantee that, but it feels like a Bible colour. I think I've basically what I'm saying there is I'm relatively certain I've seen Bibles in the colour blue. Well, having said that, a lot of Bibles are red, aren't they? But as I say, I'm fairly certain I've seen a Bible in blue, so that's good enough for me. Hey. That's the ticket. I might need to put sort of like a roof access on here. But for now, let's just concentrate on getting... yeah, got a statue there and there. That'll do nicely. Kind of filled up the space there, and I don't want to sort of... Oh, it's a 2. It's a size 2. Gosh darn it. Oh, knackers. Kind of did want to place the Seal of Erdrick, but it's going to look awkward. No. Bad Seal of Erdrick. This is where you need to be able to stretch things, I think. Stretching things would be very useful. Now, what did we want? We wanted those fancy benches. Well, I assume we want the fancy benches. We may find those fancy benches are not good enough. I feel like, yeah. Well, put a fancy bench there. Put a fancy bench there. Put a fancy bench there. fancy bench there. I'm going to need at least one more fancy bench. In fact, I think... Yeah... What I might do actually is... move those forward. I haven't said that now. I'm probably going to make the mistake of it not being as forward as I want it to be now. So one there, one there, one there, and one there. That's exactly what I wanted. That's good. And one there. Marvellous. We do, however, need more of the things. And at the front one, so that you can pass them back, there's the stack of Bibles, left and right. Stack of Bibles. That's whoops, I hadn't actually intended to go quite as low down. Oh well, never mind. Let's go get my... oh god, I can't remember how many benches I needed. I managed... yeah, I think I need 3 more benches. Pretty certain I need 3 more benches. If I need more than 3 more benches, I'm going to be slightly annoyed. But never mind. How's it going? Where are my benches? Where are the benches? Oh my lord. Where are my benches? In the bench area. Yes, indeed. That is what I call a bench area. I've just realised I think I've made it too big. Because I don't think it's registered as a room. Which is quite frustrating. Because I'm not 100% convinced it would be too big. Maybe I've just missed the fact that it's registered as a room. No, it's not registered as a room. Fuck. Fuckity fuck. Big old hairy fucks. The fuckiest of the fucks. Suppose it's guess it was technically going too well, wasn't it? I was liking the room, I was liking the area, I was liking the progress we were making. So naturally the game said, oh, by the way, fuck you. Okay, so... Oops, no, don't do that. Well, alright, it doesn't actually matter because you just transformed the same thing into the same thing. Which I suppose is fair enough. I suppose the problem is... Oh, wait, no! Oh, it's because it hasn't got the back doors. Oh, balls. Well, maybe balls. It may still be too big for a room, but it's because it's not actually enclosed. Because I forgot to build out those rear doors. So we want two more white simple doors. 2 simple white doors. That's what we're going for. 2 simple white doors. Tintington is what we're after, not anything else. And now, get me 2 doors. 2 simple white doors for the back of my church. Oh yes, it's what we want, it's what we need, it's what we're after. Whee! Ding! And ooh! Aha! Ooh! Yeah. Now hopefully then, a room? Not room. Room! Wait, something's a room. I think that back one's become a room. Okay, so that's become a room. So I think we're still correct, after all, that this is still not classified as a room. Which means, yeah, we'll need to go... I'll go get another big door, and I'll just sort of make an antechamber, essentially, is the plan. As is so often the way when I fuck up a room, it usually ends up with an antechamber, which I suppose is fine. How do you make one room 2 rooms? You just build a wall and stick a door in the wall. Right, one big door, thank you. I think I've probably got enough stained glass windows to deal with the situation. Hopefully, anyway. One big white door. Excellent. He's driven off in his little motor car. Tally-ho. At least I think tally-ho, that'll do. I see Lulu's finally decided to put clothes on, which is quite useful. I say that, it doesn't make that much difference to me, but I feel like it's probably better that she puts clothes on. I feel like clothes are a good solution. Right, there's my big door. I mean, I can place it there. Yeah. See what I mean, game? I can place it there. I suppose arguably we want those. Where are my stained glass windows? Where are my stained glass windows? Where are the stained glass? Where are my stained glass windows? This way I still keep the flavour of the rear room without actually having to do any substantial fixing. Whoops. Oh, that's because I pushed the wrong button, but I mean technically it worked out okay, because eventually I was always going to... Whoa, Maroff, did you open the door while I was walking along it? Sir, you have to understand that that's dangerous. Right, 2 more rooms. Come on, game. Don't be an asshole. Come on. Are you serious? Oh, thank fuck for that. And it is officially a chapel as well, which is quite nice. Right, one thing I will do as well is I will just grab these columns and put this column in the corner again. I'll tell you where I cannot place things. You dick. Do we have any more candelabras? I'm pretty... Well, we've got sort of candelab... I think, yeah, we've got candlesticks. What we want is candelabrums. And put the candelabrums there. Excellent. Right, so that's something. We could do with a way of getting on the roof, though. So that's going to be the easiest way. I mean, arguably the easiest way is to build a ladder. Which I think, if we build a ladder in the antechamber, that's going to be a slightly less sort of ugly solution. Netting, yes. I'm wondering if I could possibly... There should be like a stiff rope somewhere. I can't even see the bloody ladders at this point. So, oh, there's ladders, right. But I don't seem to have any. Can be dyed. Okay, okay. Let's go dye 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of ladder. Let's go dye 4 pieces of ladder. Once we've installed the ladder, we'll probably call it quits. Well, I say that. If I'm installing the ladder, I might as well install the roof. And once I've installed the roof, I'll call it quits. Pseudo-roof. Pseudo-roof. It's not an actual roof. Tintington. Tintington. Get my hands on what I wanted. And what, pray tell, was that? I can't remember. Oh, shit. Shit. Shit the bed. Interesting. I think that would be better left as stone, but... What was it? I wanted to die. Ladder, 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 ladder. Die the ladder. Tell me I could die ladder, so I'm going to die ladder. I said I wanted 4 pieces of dyed ladder, I believe. I may end up needing a 5th piece. Do I? Yeah, fuck it, fine. We'll take the chance that I will need a 5th piece and therefore add a 5th piece now. Bit of a waste of my inventory space if it turns out I don't need a 5th piece of ladder, but it's fine. I'm sure somewhere I can use a single piece of white ladder. It's a nice day for a White ladder. What are you lot doing in the corner? I don't know, but you're in my ladder path. So I need you to not be in my ladder path. I think this is the one that's going to automatically corner out. Yeah, there you go. Excellent. Cocky bums. But I suppose that's why you build the ladder. Oh, all my hearts are over there as well. It's fascinating and unexpected. I was not expecting to see all the ladders around here. How? Oh, I suppose arguably, yeah, you can't really get in the church here, can you? And I can't deny that is technically my fault, because I haven't really built access to the church. These people have gotten all very excited about the idea of church, without the realisation that there's no actual access to said church. Although, having said that, they're doing quite an admirable job of accessing said church, considering there is no actual accessing the church. There you go. It's fine. I've made it up there now. All I've got to do... it's a generally sort of... Yeah, there you go. I did need that 5th piece of ladder. Smart party, indeed. Oh, yes, I am. The smartest man alive. Good evening. How do you do? I don't think I want that piece there, because what I think I'm going to want here... Oh no, I'm very much not going to want that there. That's horrendous. Oh, I've fallen again. Well, I guess we build the next step of the ladder. Next step of the stairs, even. Eventually, if I keep falling off, eventually I'll have built this staircase. Which I suppose is not necessarily a bad thing. So what other sort of roof options do I have in this set of roofings? Only the flat Tegaloo tiles, which I think are going to be too flat for this purpose. Yeah, because they're just not going to go with the other piece. Which I suppose... could possibly, if I can find it, run just another column. Is that? Oh, that's my stone wall. No, that's not the right one. That's the right one. There we go. I think if we run another line of stone wall along here, with a bit of luck. No, alright, actually what I think I need to do is trash that one, put one of them there, then put one of them there, now run maybe not. Run that there, no, maybe not. No, okay. I think it's all that. It's just all that one. Get rid of that. And now, unfortunately, I'm probably going to run out of this. I am now trying to figure out what sort of job someone called Tegaloo Tiles would have. I'm assuming he sticks tea bags on your tiles, and when it rains, you pop out with your mug and get yourself a cup of tea. That sounds reasonable, doesn't it? No, sir. No, sir, it does not sound reasonable. It sounds like the rantings of a fucking madman. In fairness, they probably are the rantings of a fucking madman. And dim 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 dim. No! Why would you build a roof on a roof? You're a fucking madman. Right, anyway, there's a plan for this area, but the plan is awkward, so we'll leave it for now. And in fairness, it is sort of... it is graveyard keeping time, so we'll probably do that in a moment. Got it. Tegaloo Tiles would have been an actor. Hello, I'm Tegaloo Tiles. Would have been an actor that plays mostly one-off characters in long-running series. I see. Right. Well, there we go. We've got a church. We've got a church. It's not as grandiose or as interesting as I was hoping my church would be, but it's fucking enormous in terms of height. It's the highest building I've ever done. But there you go. Tegaloo is also possibly of East Asian descent. But nobody knows for certain, and he's not telling anybody. He refuses to tell anybody whether he is of East Asian descent. He just wants everybody to think he might be. But he'll never tell. He'll never tell. Alright, so I'm quite pleased that I got a church. Is this the one where I've completed the tablet targets? No. No, we've got quite a few here. Different tile, different types of... different tile types on your map. Plant every kind of flower. That's awkward. Befriend lots of different monsters. That's another one of those. I think we were discussing tablet targets last time, where some of them are just going to happen. Some of them are just going to be a pain in the arse. He's a bit coy about his exact ethnicity. Exactly. Right. We'll just do a cheeky two-save combo. And quit out of Dragon Quest Builders. And yeah, I always forget there's a second stage of quitting out of Dragon Quest Builders. You don't just go, I quit, and it quits for you. No, you have to do it multiple times. Anyway, that's Dragon Quest Builders for the week. What we'll do now is move on to Graveyard Keeper for an hour. Possibly slightly more than an hour. I can never guarantee the precise nature of these timings, but still, give or take, the plan is for it to be about now. I mean, technically I could probably find that, but I don't know. I might have, I don't think I've got it on me. I'll need to try and grab it off of something else. Tony Hancock. Oh, I see, I do have my Tony Hancocks there, which is interesting. I don't remember doing that. Oh well. Never mind, I suppose. I ought to be glad I've got them, I suppose. Are you? Who are you? I recognise you. Oh yeah, that's why I recognise you. Oh yeah. Actually, I best not play that one, because Square Enix get a little bit funky about their Final Fantasy music in terms of copyright. What's in my compilations? Oh, that's even more Hancock's half hour. Which again, bloody BBC will get very fussy if I just play you a Hancock's half hour. I'll tell you what, we did a couple of ones that I always listen to. So let's do a couple that I don't tend to recognise, or I don't immediately recognise. I might recognise them eventually. Is that gonna? I don't know if that's gonna work or not. Are you gonna play all three? I think so. Don't know. Can I see the playlist? See the playlist. Show the now playing list. Let's go with that. Okay, so we probably don't need. Whoops! No. What are you doing? No! Stop it! Where's the playlist gone? You literally just had me show the now. No, not. Okay, right. How do I? It's a different player than I usually use. So let's try. I'd like you to play. There we go. We're back to that one. Now I want you to fuck off. And now I think we're at an equilibrium where it's just going to work. I cannot guarantee this, but that's what I'm hoping for. Anyway, I will be back in about 6-7 minutes. You can enjoy some 90s cheese once again, which is oddly appropriate, seeing as Mr. Anagushu has already cheesed this. So be back in 7-ish minutes.
Thought you were so dumb. You had it all under control. Now enough is enough. those close to me, they were just fair weather friends. You suckered everyone inside, promises that fooled them all. You may be topped off tonight, the bigger they come, the harder they fall. Thought you were so dumb, you had it all under control. Now nothing's enough, gonna take back what you stole. Give it up, 'cause now I'm back.
For our plan to succeed, Kaiba must be taken out of the picture permanently.
You'll never take me alive.
Seto Kaiba will bother us no more.
I'm not gonna give up Kaiba Corporation without a real fight. It's takeover time by me. I attack with the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Thought you were so